Welcome back to OSBA TV. It is day one, game 3. This one between the TRC Wolfpack and Kings Christian Cavaliers. Kelsey Wright-Johnson and Ryan Greco bringing you today's action.
And what a matchup this is going to be here, Kelsey. We've already seen a higher seed fall to the lower seed. We'll see if that's going to happen again in this one, but it's going to be a little bit more of a considerable upset if TRC Academy were to go down in this one.
Yeah, TRC is the number 2 seed going 15-1 on the season. Kings Christian, the number 7 seed going 6-10. To kick it off, Matt Grace puts the first bucket on the scoreboard for the TRC Wolfpack.
And Matt Grace, he's going to be all sorts of trouble working both on the inside and outside. He's one of the best stretch fours in the OSBA without a doubt. Very good, very capable of using that post move and back to the shoulder back to the basket move, as well as knocking down some open threes when he needs to. He's going to be a huge X factor in this game for the TRC Wolfpack.
Stephen Levniak drives, kicks it out. Grace. That one just off the mark, and it's out of bounds. Great hustle there by Stephen Levniak, but Kings Christian lets it go, and it's going to be Cavaliers ball on the baseline.
And here we go, the X factor for Kings Christian, bringing it up, number 2, Lucas Sakota. He's had a very impressive year, just continuing to grow, continuing to get a little bit better.
Lucas Sakota actually making the BioSteel All-Canada game for the first time, an exciting time for him.
Absolutely, and it probably won't be the last either. There's a long shot missed, though. Here's Edgem.
Vernon now up top. Vernon, a nice change of
there.
direction there. Gets it out to Levniak. He releases from the corner. It's no good. Edgem grabs the rebound over 2 maroon jerseys. Here's Stephen Levniak again. Pulls up. Gets it to Matt Grace. Grace, the turnaround jumper, no good. McCoy with the rebound. That one no good. This has been 5 offensive rebounds. Finally, Dion Edgem able to clean it up for the Wolfpack.
That's not a good sign if you're Kings Christian. I mean, just the utter dominance on the offensive glass there between Matt Grace, Adong McCoy, and Dion Edgem. That is just a tough lineup to go up against. You're going to have to be able to box out every opportunity you get, and that just wasn't happening on that one.
Great steal there by Stephen Levniak, still kind of fighting for possession. Lucas Sakota comes up with it, and there's going to be a foul there on Matt Grace, the first foul of the game.
You could see Grace there, thought he had a chance to kind of knock it loose one more time and maybe get the possession back, but instead that time around, all he got was a whole lot of hand on Lucas Sakota. And now coming in, and this is going to be a quick substitution as Verdoliak's going to come out, and coming into the game now is going to be number 1, Jalen Passley, the 6'2" guard from Burlington.
Sakota up top. The deadly duo of Sakota and Coleman Stuka is one that's so fun to watch as Alex Nwaga puts in 2.
Nwaga, very impressive finish there. Takes the contact, goes up and in. Not an easy thing to do against McCoy, who throws it down just as we say it. Adong McCoy, welcome to the game.
A beautiful thread the needle pass by Stephen Levniak. The little pick and roll to find Adong McCoy rolling wide open on the left side of the basket with the massive jam, Ryan.
Oh, absolutely. You got to be careful with him. I mean, he's one of those kind of guys that he knows how athletic he is.
He's making a statement tonight. Let's watch this one again.
Look at this. Just gather and just no chance at all whatsoever.
Is he mad at the rim?
I think that's just the way he does it. As he's another BioSteel All-Canadian selection that's going to be taking part in that game at the beginning of April this year. Very talented power forward that's been getting it done.
Yeah, just about 2 minutes into the game now. Ryan, TRC takes the quick lead, 6-2 over Kings Christian. But the thing about Kings Christian that's sneaky, Ryan, is they're so good. When they're hot from beyond the 3, they stay hot. They just need to get to that temperature to begin with.
And not only that, they're also incredibly long on the defensive glass. Sorry, not the defensive glass. They're incredibly long on the perimeter. I mean, they've got a couple of, they don't have a single guard that stands less than 6'2", whereas you have guys like Vernon who, you know, they're going to have a little bit of an interesting time here, really trying to work off of those pick and rolls and screens to create the open passing lanes for their guys. But if there's anybody that's up for it, it's Adong McCoy and Dion Edgem and Matt Grace, all 3 front court players that you're seeing on the floor right now.
There's another turnover by Kings Christian. Antoine Vernon kicks it out to Dion Edgem. Edgem puts it in. What a finish.
That's just experience right there, getting used to the contact Not going to see him complaining too many times to the referee. He just knows he needs to play bully ball to
he just plays
get his best game.
Here's Coleman Stuka. Stuka hands off to Sakota. Sakota drives left, sees the lane, goes up. That one just off the mark. Thompson tries to put it in, no good. Sakota with the offensive rebound.
See Thompson, when he rolled off the screen there, he was wide open, but Stuka had turned the wrong way and didn't see the open look. You can't afford those mistakes.
That one just rims out. A big rebound by Adong McCoy. Here's Antoine Vernon now, over to Levniak. Levniak into Grace. Grace looking to back down Nuega. Kicks it out to Vernon, puts up the three. That one just off the mark. Matt Grace rebounds. Edgem cleans it up for the triple.
Nice shot there by Edgem. That's not a shot that he's usually taking so early into the game, but he felt good about it and just let it fly. Very impressive shot by the youngest Edgem.
The youngest Edgem. Nuega gets it in. Passley kicks it out to Thompson, now in the hands of Sakota. He puts up the floater. That one's no good. The rebounds have just been going strictly, Ryan, to TRC, offensive and defensively. That
also has a lot to say about your shot selection, though, as well. When you have just one maroon shirt in the paint trying to get a floater up, Thompson, of course, the de facto center, had no chance to get to those ones. And when when you take shots that close to the rim, odds are whoever boxes out is going to get it. There's no time for the long rebound.
There we go, Coleman Stuka. He's on the board now. A strong take to the basket. It goes in, and he'll get one more chance to put a point on the board for his Kings Christian team from the foul line.
That's just one thing, unfortunately, that Kings Christian has always been a bit of an issue, has been their inability to really defend these elite teams that work so hard on the glass. They can shoot it, and they can shoot it well, but really their biggest challenge all year has been trying to contain the other opponents from getting those open looks, and you can't afford that with a team like TRC.
Nice bucket there by TRC as they get a quick 16-4 lead, Ryan, almost halfway through the first quarter. Again, this is a 7 seed taking on the number 2 seed in TRC.
Oh, nice move there.
Verdoliak just can't put it in.
Yeah, you just got to be confident and get your feet set and finish that.
Here's Antoine Vernon. Kicks it out to Stephen Levniak. Levniak was outside. That wasn't even one of those ones where he was driving. He was standing outside on the sideline, and when the ball was coming, he stepped in from there and didn't get his foot down in time.
And interestingly enough, Kelsey, you know, we see these shooters who are so good at spacing out and getting those shots. And every single game, we've seen somebody get called for that out of bounds in the first quarter.
Yep.
But we don't see them do it again. You've never noticed that. They once they see and know where they need to be, they make the adjustment. And that's just a testament to how well coached they are and the great basketball sense that they have.
Yeah. Sakota off the glass. Sakota so good at protecting the ball while he's driving through the lane. He shows it there, keeps it protected, and then puts it up off the glass for 2 points. It's a 10-point game now. Here's Grace.
Long and lanky.
Yeah, Grace working his way in the paint. That one no good. Nuega picks up the board. Here's Passley up top. 18 seconds on the clock. Kicks it out to Nuega. Nuega out to Stuka. Stuka drives, turns to Nuega.
You got to space out better than that.
Yeah, very stagnant offense right now for Kings Christian as Coleman Stuka does what we just said on the drive, that back foot.
It just seems like every time they're going in, there shouldn't be somebody that's right behind you. There should be somebody stretching out into the side of the floor looking for that catch and shoot opportunity. But 2 separate times we saw the Kings Christian player literally throw it behind their back out to somebody at the 3-point line. And even when they have the open look, they're not taking it. You've got to have better confidence than that.
Vernon to McCoy. McCoy goes up, can't get it to fall, and there's a foul there on Alex Nuega. Ryan, I'm okay with that foul, though.
Absolutely.
You can't let McCoy just dunk.
No, you can't let him get it.
Not only is it momentum, it's points, and it's I don't want to say demoralizing because it's fine to have someone dunk, but it's just not a good feeling for your team. That's a good foul to take.
And I'd agree with you. It is a bit demoralizing when you're already down 10 points and he's already thrown it down once on you in the first quarter. You don't want it to get a little too ridiculous at this point. But one thing Adong McCoy has done incredibly well, worked on this year, has been his free throws. He understood that a lot of his game is going to be physical. So when you're physical, you're going to the line. And when you're going to the line, you better start working on those shots.
Yep. A nice steal there by Vernon. Gets it in the open court. Great body control there as he puts it in off the glass for 2 points. TRC dominating in this first quarter.
When you have a stagnant offense not taking care of the ball and these passes and steals, guys are getting very, very confident in going for those turnovers.
Verdoliak up top from the three. It's good for Kings Christian.
Nice shot, Verdoliak. He had all day there to get set, catches it in rhythm, just lets it fly. Very nice shot there from the young buck. Class of 2020 out of Georgetown, knocking that one down.
That's where my mom lives. Tell her I said hi, Verdoliak. Avon Nava can't get it to fall. Nwaga comes down with the board.
And this is the time of year where Nava shines brightest.
A huge block by Adong McCoy. Pins it to the backboard. Wow.
And a jump ball is called.
Incredible, incredible athleticism by Adong McCoy. Ryan, let's take another look at this.
That one's there for the
From
next hit. Look
behind.
at that. Oh my goodness.
He's just saying no. He just says no. He says, nah, I'm not going to let this go. Crazy, crazy athleticism there by Adong McCoy.
I don't think
he hasn't committed to a school for next year, has he? No, he's still
yet.
wide open. So if you like what you're seeing, Adong McCoy, very athletic post.
Give him some scholarship money.
He's a good kid too. Coleman Stuka
No, he
out
is
of
for
bounds
sure.
once again. That's 3 out of bounds calls now, Ryan, for Kings Christian. 3 turnovers, 3 possessions that they didn't get to score.
Unfortunately, this is a team that's been known to, when they fall down, they can fall down big if they're not taking care of the basketball, and they can't allow themselves against the number 2 seed to have a bad quarter or a bad stretch, or else this game can get out of hand very quickly.
McCoy over to Francolini. Francolini for 3.
Adam Francolini, such a tough matchup. Not the best player putting the ball on the floor, but he just knows where to be. He likes his hot zones, and he's got very good guards that can find him open in those moments.
Sakota up top, drives middle, kicks it out. Manella puts it up for 3, and there's the answer. 1, 2, 3.
Manella, arguably the best shooter on this team for Kings Christian. Francolini the other way.
Tries to go back to back. That one just off the mark. It's out of bounds. Kings Christian ball on the baseline.
You can see Coach Vernon not too upset about that one. He said, okay, well, you know, he knocked down the first one.
It's a little
bit
heat check.
of heat.
That's
Exactly.
cool.
You know, you got a few possessions to play with here. 2:20 to go in the quarter. Nothing really worth getting too excited about. But I would give the ball back to Manella. He needs to find himself open.
Yeah, Verdoliak. He's looking to go. He's 2 for 2 now from beyond the arc. Keep feeding him.
And Kelsey, what you said, you know, is a testament. This team knows how to shoot the ball. And if they can just get some stops now, this is a game once again.
Well, I mean, it's not a blowout anymore.
No, not at all.
23 to 15 in the first quarter.
They're on a 9-3 run right now.
There's going to be a foul there on Jalen Pasley.
But you got to watch those calls. Can kind of kill the momentum a little bit. So take a replay. There's Verdoliak.
Beautiful shot. What great release he has.
Yeah, just
Releases
had
it
enough
nice and
space.
high. Francolini with the floater down the baseline is good for 2. Here's Stuka. Stuka over to Manella. Manella, Pasley. Pasley drives, almost stolen there by Antoine Vernon. Great defense there. Manella from the 3, puts it in, and Kings Christian, Ryan, is hot. I've said it before, once they get hot, they can get real burning hot from beyond the 3.
You see, they're living and dying by it right now, but it's working.
Here's Antoine Vernon over to Francolini, looking to feed McCoy. McCoy, the reverse. McCoy is playing so well today, so far in this first. Such a great reverse there underneath with his right hand.
One thing you got to love, though, he gets hit. He knows he got hit. Doesn't say anything, just runs back up the floor and plays defense. He's too focused to care right now. He knows he's going to get his calls when the time is right. You want to see more of that from guys at this level and this age.
Great defense there by Avon Nava. Here's Antoine Vernon now. There's a foul on Coleman Stuka.
It's just one thing I think has been missing a lot from this year. I think it's a fair criticism of even just a lot of teams in general at this level is there's a lot of focus on the theatrics of the game, and Don McCoy's a real throwback in the sense of, you know, he's not going to, at the very least, at the very most, you're just going to see him have a polite conversation with the ref about something. But other than that, he's all business the entire way, and as a result, it's made him one of the most respected and feared big men in this OSBA this year, and he's definitely earned all of the praise that he's gotten from his hard work.
Just over 30 seconds left to go in the first. Avon Nava A nice dish into Liam Courtney. It's knocked out of bounds. It's going to go King's Christian ball. 31 seconds on the clock, Ryan. 27-18. Not quite a blowout like it looked like it might be early in the first.
Well, you said it yourself, though, that this team can shoot the three, and that's exactly what they've been doing in the second half of this quarter. And they have to like where they're at right now, considering how far they were down starting in this game.
The crazy thing is, too, Ryan, their two best shooters haven't gotten off yet.
No, Sakota and Stuka.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, and Manella, though, he's putting in that work right now. You can make that argument for him being the best this year at shooting behind the arc. And he's been doing his part. Jalen Pasley, another addition this year specifically, joining the team this year. He's been a really good upstart off the bench, knocking down big shots.
Pasley's great. Here's Matt Grace. The countdown is on, 3 seconds.
Nice shot.
Vernon gotta put it up. That one just off the mark. Had to do it though, of course, at the end of the first. It's 27-18. Number 2, TRC taking on number 7, King's Christian.
And I think, as we said just briefly, a rough start, 20-6 run to start this game for TRC, but since then they've been outscored 12-7. And so in that case, you know, you got to be a little bit, there's a big throwdown there from Adon McCoy early in this game. And from that point, we thought it was going to be ugly with Dion Edgem knocking down an outside shot. But King's Christian had a response, and even though they're down by 9, let's just put it this way, it could have been a lot worse.
Absolutely. We'll be back after a quick break. Welcome back to OSBA TV. Matt Grace just off the mark.
And Johnny Verdoliak brings it down.
Johnny. King's Christian. They started to light it up from beyond the arc at the end of that first quarter. Coleman Stuka tries to get the rebound there, but Avin Nava scoops it up. Nava over to DeVero. Into the hands of Courtney. Now Francolini. Francolini, another one of those players, of course, on the opposing team, though, that when he gets hot from beyond the arc, he can really stroke it.
Absolutely. Interesting lineup here. 1 through 5 can shoot the 3 on TRC Academy, and I can imagine their coach has given them the green light.
Absolutely. Here's Manella trying to feed the big man down low. For Doliak.
Nice take.
Off the side of the backboard there, just gets a little bit too much of a bump from the defender. Here's DeVero goes up, and that one's going to be right off of his head. Unfortunately, knocked out of bounds. Didn't know where the ball was. It's going to be King's Christian's ball, and it's a 12-point game.
Yeah, tough go at it. And we'll talk about Verdoliak very quickly there. When you're working that post game, you have to have a little bit of patience for yourself. You can see that he kind of rushed that take, and you see it all too often at this level in the post game. It's just because a bit of an underdeveloped game for a lot of guys at this age. You just got to be able to kind of trust yourself and be able to get those looks.
A big 3 ball there by Shamar Walker.
And that's something that'll never be underdeveloped at this level. 3-point shooting, because these kids love to shoot it.
There we go, a 10-point game, 30-20. King's Christian clawing their way back into this one 3-pointer at a time. Here's Francolini. He drives. Good defense by Kings Christian. Avin Nava, one of the best shooters in the league, puts it up. No good.
That's a big break here for Kings Christian. Closing out, getting their rebounds. They have to make a run right now. No Adong McCoy on the floor means no offensive boards.
Verdoliak puts up the three. That would have been a big one if it went in. Coleman Stuka can't get it to fall. It's knocked out of bounds. It's going to go TRC way.
A lot of contact on that one. Stuka doing everything he can to go up, but Francolini just using those long, long arms of his to stay over top of him and prevent the foul. You can see right there, great block by Sakota, and that's just, you know, between his athleticism and his ability. Once again, long arms. That's really what a lot of coaches are looking for at this level and above. Is any player with a long wingspan, that 3-and-D kind of mentality. It's invaluable to have, especially in the guard positions. Here's Edgem working on the inside into the game. A nice finish there.
Beautiful finish there by Edgem.
But that's it right there. That's that patience that you see. As soon as he makes a move, understands where the defender commits, and he goes straight up, also recognizing he's got the smaller man on him.
Sakota looking to drive, 12 seconds on the shot clock. Verdoliak back out to Sakota. Got to put it up soon, 5 seconds on the shot clock. That's going to be another turnover for Kings Christian. Ryan, a over and back.
I think he was expecting Stuka to spin over to the side there and catch that. Little did he know, though, he had Verdoliak wide open once the two white shirts committed. But that would have been a tough shot or a tough pass to get off regardless. So you can't really fault him for not giving it to Verdoliak on that one. Verdoliak has to kind of scoot over to the top of the key and let him know he's there.
Matt Grace kicks it out to Dion Edgem. Edgem was shooting real well from that exact spot in the first quarter. An offensive rebound goes to Matt Grace. He puts it in, and he's going to go to the charity stripe for one more. And Matt Grace, man. It's
a tough go at it for Kings Christian in these moments, because even when Adong McCoy's not on the floor, you've got the size of Matt Grace and the size of Dion Edgem. I mean, we've talked it incessantly about Dion Edgem this year, and how the fact that he's really one of those tweener guys where he's so strong and he's just big enough to really knock off a smaller power forward or a lankier power forward because he's so strong. Whereas Matt Grace, I mean, he's just country strong at this point. He was a lot thinner last year, and he's definitely put on the weight, put on the pounds. His body's really matured, and you're seeing the differences here now. When he takes the contact, you barely see him move. And there's Edgem going up, but Verdoliak is there for the defensive effort. And here's Nwaga trying to go for it.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to be last out on Nwaga. An easy call for the referee as the scramble comes to an end. It's going to be TRC ball on the sideline. A 14-point game right now, Ryan, and I think both teams can see that this is going to be a game. It's not going to be a blowout like they might have expected in the first.
No, definitely not. And once again, we've seen Kings Christian. They've had their little mini runs, get a couple of threes off, see if they can continue shooting. And it's going to be out of bounds again on Levniak, and that's the second time that's happened to him in this game.
Yeah, second time for him, third time for Coleman Stuka. It's like they're in a competition with each other.
I'm sure that's not a competition anyone wants to win.
It's Kings Christian ball. Jalen Pasley playing the point guard up to Nwaga. 17 seconds on the shot clock now. They're down by 14. Sam Thompson back into the game. The turnaround hook shot, no good. Levniak down with the board.
Thompson's got to make that move a little bit more purpose. As Levniak, great finish at the rim there, and we talked about it incessantly this year about his metamorphosis in a way to a drive-first player. Last year, really focusing on the three-point shot. This year, really focusing on trying to finish with contact, and I think that's been a success for him.
Yeah, I think I said that to him in an interview one time. I mean, you're a great shooter, as Jalen Pasley puts it in. I said, you're a great shooter, whatever my question was. He said, I'm a great shooter, but I'm a great scorer. And I was like, you know what? Good point.
He said he wanted to be known as a scorer, not a shooter. So he did it this year, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Matt Grace, a nice pass out to Levniak. He tries a great save by Levniak, actually. No one's able to get a hand on it, but goes off the knee of Kings Christian, out of bounds. So TRC saves it. They've got 8 seconds on the clock. Antoine Vernon and Adong McCoy back in for the white.
Yeah, he's in for Matt Grace. And once again, if you got Edgem and McCoy at the same time,
dangerous.
Yeah, they're going to need to make the most of these shots and box out as a team. You can't allow the switch. And there's going to be a foul.
There's an offensive foul there on a Dong McCoy, an illegal screen, saying you're moving a bit too much when you're setting that screen. It's going to be Kings Christian ball in front of their bench. Still a 14-point game.
I think McCoy just got a little too excited there. He saw the pass was coming through and just wanted to get that last second kind of oomph on him, and ends up getting caught, though, right in front of the referee. Got to know where the refs are.
Got to know where the refs are. Here's Nuega pushing his way in. The hook shot, no good. Edgem with the board.
Once again, that's not necessarily a good shot. If you're going to take those kind of shots, you got to take them with confidence. Really give them a good bump and then go up. Don't
Vernon, the no-look pass out to the three. That one, no good.
And we're seeing a bit of a shooting slum here, both teams.
For Doliak? Oh, I thought he was going to end that right as you said it.
There
For Doliak, up top, he drives, kicks it out to Thompson. Thompson, the pump fake. Spin around, that one just short. Downey with the board.
One thing I'm starting to notice here in these inside moves as Vernon goes up, and nice finish there, and that's exactly what you want to do. It just kind of seems like as there's a timeout. I'm glad there's a timeout because I want to just kind of break this down for a quick second. As you're looking at all these consistent moves in the post, one after the other, as we're seeing Vernon go up here with a very impressive finish. What is Vernon doing there? He's moving towards whatever the defense is giving him. So if there's hands up, he's protecting the ball and he's going up and he's finishing. What I'm seeing a lot, though, from the bigs on Kings Christian is they're settling for the moves like they've already preordained them in their head. They're not reacting to what the defense is giving them. They're just settling for whatever shot they're most comfortable with. The problem with that, though, is that when you see that there's a defender that's already shifting out and leaving you with another option, but you've already committed to a specific move, it can really cross up your signals, and that's why we're seeing so many of these shots falling short, because they're not sure of it after they've done their footwork. And this is one of those things that these players are going to need to consistently get better at moving forward in their high school and collegiate careers for some of them. You have to be able to take what the defense gives you. And right now, Kings Christian, they're doing that in the perimeter, but they're not doing that in the paint just yet.
Very well said, Ryan. 4 minutes, 50 seconds left to go in the first half. It's 38 TRC, 22 Kings Christian.
I love this song. Everyone's hearing it out there on the broadcast.
Oh, actually, everyone who is listening just called me and said they liked Bieber better. Everyone. Thanks.
Fake news.
Thanks, everyone at home.
Fake news.
It's Kings Christian ball coming up. Jalen Pasley comes off a screen from Nuega. Looks to turn the corner. A nice take off the glass, no good. Sam Thompson with the board. Reset shot clock. Here's Pasley.
Not mad at that take, though. He took what the defense gave him, went up and tried to finish. He's just got to work on that left hand now.
Nuega goes up.
Nice.
Can't be blocked by McCoy, and it's good for 2 points.
See the difference when you move with purpose on your first step? Even Dong McCoy can't block you sometimes.
Dion Edgem gets the rebound. Levniak misses, and there's another rebound there by Lorenzo Downey. He goes up, can't get it to fall, but he'll go to the line for 2.
Downey, right time, right place. And unfortunately, that's what happens in transition. You've got to be able to find a man to try and box out. And it's something that in the chaos of it all, it's a difficult thing to do. But good teams, championship level teams, are those teams that can figure that out and get that box out no matter who it is. You're not just matching up because of size. At that point, it doesn't matter. If the shot goes up, you have to box somebody out, then go for the ball. You don't, then you're going to get situations like that.
(39-24), just over 4 minutes left to go in the first half. Here's Luka Sakota trying to get it into Pasley. Great defense there by Vernon.
Denied the lane for sure.
Sam Thompson over to Pasley. Pasley turns the corner, finds the open man in Nuega, kicks it over to Stuka. Stuka picks up his dribble over to Pasley. He's wide open on the three, just short, and that one's going to go out of bounds. TRC ball on the baseline.
Once again, guys just not rotating into the right spots. You could see Stuka was there at the foul line with nowhere to go, kills his dribble, and that's on him as well. He's got to be able to continue to keep dribbling. If he knows that he doesn't have an option in front of him, you've got to make the necessary adjustments. Otherwise, you know, you're going to be stuck dead in the water every time, and we've seen that a number of times now.
Yep. Vernon to Downey. Downey releases from the corner. That one's no good. There's going to be a foul called, and it's going to be white ball, so
that's on Thompson for sure.
Yeah, it's on Sam Thompson. A little bit of the grab before the rebound.
Yeah, you could definitely see the hand was out there pushing out. Not necessarily a terrible foul, though. I mean, you want to see that aggressiveness out of Thompson. He's had his hands full the entire night. Either he's guarding Dion Edgem or Adong McCoy or Lorenzo Downey, or, I mean, it really, Matt Grace, it really doesn't end for him on the defensive end. It's a tough assignment, this TRC team.
Here's Levniak. Levniak turns the corner. The floater is good. What a finish.
All right, and there's Steve Levniak showing off that scorer's touch that he's so proud of, that he's worked on.
Not shooters, not shooters, scorers.
That's right.
Levniak has been a huge part of this TRC team, if not the biggest, or if not one of the biggest, the biggest.
Absolutely. I mean, he's been, oh, and there's a block
Pass
by
was
Edgem.
Blocked. Edgem, great defense there to put a hand up. That closeout was textbook. Here he is now feeding Adong McCoy. Great patience down low. You can tell this team has a lot of seniors on it. They're playing with confidence and poise.
Yeah, and that's something else. You can tell these guys do genuinely like each other. You know, you see these guys kind of hanging out off the court. You see them having their conversations. There is no, you know, I mean, obviously there's clicks on every team, but the way that these guys are moving the ball right now, you can tell they all trust each other.
An offensive foul there on Adong McCoy, an illegal screen. That's the second now for him.
He's got to start watching those. Doesn't need, at that point, you need to just stand still.
Yeah, he's going to be subbed off. Liam Courtney is going to come in. So let's watch what actually happened.
Earlier is Levniak showing off the scorer's touch, and then great passing.
Yeah, that looks
three
beautiful.
seniors getting it done.
Adong McCoy, a force to be reckoned with in the paint, but he'll take a seat on the bench for now. Liam Courtney in for him. It's Kings Christian's ball. Alex Noaga puts it up, no good. Coleman Stuka gets the board though. He shows some patience of his own. Puts up a couple pump fakes before putting it up. Can't get it to connect, excuse me, but he'll go to the line for two.
And that's all you can really ask for at this point when you're trying to search for buckets any way that you can get. Trying to keep this game within striking distance. 2:22 to go here in the second quarter. And Kings Christian in danger of kind of letting this one, you know, quietly slip into the night as they are finding themselves down by 17.
Yeah, 43-26 in the first half.
It's a tall task, though. First game, you know, coming in, going up against one of the top teams in the country. Forget the OSBA, the country, period, in Canada. One of the top teams in North America, even.
Here's Courtney up top.
This is a team that'll match with anybody.
Oh yeah, it's a team that came second in the OSBA last year, Ryan. They were first in the standings until the near end this year, and they didn't lose a whole lot of players from last season.
No, they didn't, and keep in mind, it came down to the last possession in that OSBA game.
It absolutely did.
So there's no reason to think that, and you know, we've all heard the exploits of Orangeville Prep and AI Prep in the States and the games that they go up against some of the top teams, and there's no reason to believe that TRC Academy is not on the exact same level of those teams. They are very capable. They were the #1 seed for the majority of this year.
Noaga puts it up. That one no good. A big rebound, though, by Shamar Walker. Kicks it out to Luca Sakota. Sakota puts in the floater.
I like that. I like Noaga. He's going in there, and he's showing a little bit more poise now, moving with purpose to the bucket. Just didn't get it to fall. You want a little bit more flick of the wrist so you can get that rotation in. But the ball bounces back, and because the effort's there, Sakota gets a nice bucket for his troubles. But then he fouls right there over the back, not giving up anything easy, though. Lucas Sakota, 2 years straight, he was in the underclassmen BioSteel game. Went up against some of the very best to do it. And now he's going to get a shot in the big lights this year.
Excited to see him.
He's one of those guys. He plays up to the moment.
Avanava drives, kicks it to Stephen Levniak. A beautiful pass, just can't connect. Alex Noaga with the board.
And once again, we're seeing consistently everything's short. Everything's short, short, short in this gymnasium. We'll see if make the necessary adjustments in the second half.
Noaga goes up, no call there, and cannot connect. 1 minute left to go. 43-29. Antoine Vernon looks to get the pass in. It's kept alive, though, by Kings Christian. A little two-man game between Manila and Sakota.
Oh, there's an nice idea.
Could have been
but
a
can't
beautiful
get
pass there. Great defense by Stephen Levniak. Puts in the slam. That might be his first dunk of the season, Ryan.
Steve Levniak pulling a Steph Curry saying, yeah, I can slam.
I can. Watch.
That's probably the most survive. Look at this. Just
Look
goes
him
up.
get up.
Lay
I
up.
like it.
No, I'm going to dunk it.
He almost fell. Oh, Stephen Levniak, he is a scorer in every word of the, or every sense of the word.
You can tell he's not used to it. You can tell he's definitely not used to coming back down from that height.
Great take there by Lucas Sakota. Couple fouls on that one. He'll go to the line for 2 shots.
But you know what? To be fair, you see Levniak dunking in the warm-ups. He'll do it occasionally. It's just in these games. You can tell it's the playoffs.
Sakota misses the first. Unlike him to miss a shot that wide open. Again, one of the best shooters that we've seen in this entire league.
Very good at putting the ball on the floor as well, getting to the basket. You know, as he's getting older, he's only going to improve his court vision.
Yep.
It'll be interesting to see what he's going to evolve into next year. As this year, he really kind of getting his scoring prowess down. There was a few games there where he was really just all the offense that was going for Kings Christian in some of those games. But he's going to need help tonight if they're going to shock the world, if you will.
Matt Grace going against Manila. Great pass in there to Stephen Levniak. Levniak really using his body to create space and go up strong on the left-hand side.
That was impressive. He's just so sneaky.
Sakota got to put it up. 1 second on the clock. That's no good. Ryan, at the end of the first half, it's 47-30. Number 2 seed TRC over number 7 seed Kings Christian.
Both teams moving relatively quickly up and down the floor. Some great passes, some great movements, but we have seen a couple of short circuit moments in Kings Christian's offense. Also not as consistent from the three-point line as TRC. And really just a tough day at the office when you have a team that's so impressive defensively in the front court as TRC Academy is. And those are gonna be the biggest adjustments they're gonna have to make moving forward into the second half to try and give themselves a chance. And with that, we're gonna be back in just a few minutes. Go grab a drink if you need to. And we'll be back, OSBA playoffs. It is TRC Academy 47, Kings Christian 30. I'd like to welcome everybody back. OSBA action here in Guelph, University of Guelph, as we have the number 2 seed with a comfortable lead over the number 7 seed. That is TRC Academy out of Brantford with a 47-30 lead over King's Christian out of Oakville, Ontario. And that first half, a couple of box scores to send your way. We've got leading King's Christian 6 apiece is Alex Nwega, Johnny Verdoliak, and Robert Manella. All have 6 points apiece for King's Christian. TRC Academy, Dion Edgem with 5 rebounds and 12 points leading his team. All of that despite only 13 minutes in that first half out of a possible 20. And the minutes have been spread around pretty evenly here for TRC Academy as they are in control of this game so far. But as we've alluded to in this broadcast, King's Christian is incredibly gifted from behind the arc, and they can get hot, keep it close. But with each possession, that's going to become more and more difficult as Adong McCoy is going to get called for, I believe, his 3rd personal. Just take a quick look on the stat sheet here. Yep, that will be his 3rd personal. He's got 8 points on the night so far, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 block in 12 minutes of work. And going to the line here is Sam Thompson. And a very tough go about it in that first half. But, you know, you saw as the game went on, and especially in that second quarter, starting to get a little bit more confident in the shot selection that he was taking. You know, you understand he has probably one of the toughest matchups in Adong McCoy or Dion Edgem at any given moment. And Matt Grace, of course, in that post. So he's been up to the task consistently. Gets a point out of that one there. Now I'm joined, of course, by Kelsey Wright-Johnson doing your play-by-play. Kelsey, what's up?
Hey, Ryan. Second half action, exciting. 1.5 games left of this game, day 1. Adong McCoy goes for the dunk.
The marathon's almost over.
Dion Edgem finally gets that rebound, puts it up, can't get it to fall, but does finally get that foul, and he'll go to the charity stripe for 2.
Although I wouldn't be doing anything, I wouldn't rather be doing anything else. If I had to do a 9-hour workday, 10-hour workday, I'd rather be calling basketball than doing anything else. So.
Good point. And we got some Sweet 16 tonight.
That's right.
A couple OSBA players play tomorrow.
That's right. O'Shea Brissett. Who else we got?
Well, I said Howard Washington. I guess he doesn't play because he's injured, but he's on that squad, so we'll include him.
No, absolutely. And we had Elil Nosemi earlier in the tournament.
Yep.
Playing for the Cincinnati Bearcats, who had the number 2 seed, unfortunately coming up a little short.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
His other number 2 seed here, TRC, though, alma mater, they're not coming up short at all in this first game. At least not yet.
Yeah, that's right. Here's Verdoliak, turns the corner. Looked like a beautiful floater there.
He's got to get the spin on the ball, though, Kelsey. Yep. We've seen it time and again. When you don't get that spin, it's very hard for it. It's got to be almost perfect.
Dion Edgem going 2 for 4 now from the 3-point line. Open was a beautiful shot, just kind of rims out. I count those ones a lot, Ryan, as half points.
Yeah, and it shows right there in that situation when you've got an opportunity to.
Yeah, look at that. It just went in and out. And then there's going to be a jump or a foul there, excuse me, and it's going to be King's Christian ball on the baseline. Here's Luka Sakota, the team's MVP. Arguably the team's MVP, I'll say. Coleman Stuka, beautiful pass to Nwega. Nwega comes in, goes up.
Walk.
Yeah, he's going to be fouled there by Adong McCoy, and he'll go to the line now, Ryan. A lot of foul shots in the first minute and a half of this quarter.
Well, if you're not getting the open looks and you're not knocking down your threes at this point, you almost want to grind them to a halt because TRC Academy is more than capable of running the floor and getting quick baskets. So every time that you kind of stop the clock and you force them to really defend you in full for the full 24-second shot clock, you're giving yourself an opportunity to bite into the lead a little bit. But you have to make your foul shots on top of it. If you're not making your foul shots, all you're really doing is just delaying the inevitable. You know, it's not a nice thing to say, but it's the truth. Got to make those free throws.
Nwega can't sink it. Matt Grace comes down with the board, and here's Antoine Vernon now for TRC. Kicks it to Francolini. Francolini back to Vernon. 16 seconds on the shot clock. Vernon comes off the screen from Grace. Spots up from the 3. A beautiful shot by Antoine Vernon.
Antoine Vernon, that's his first made 3 of the game. And you got to be careful with him. You can't leave him open like that. He's now 1 for 3. There's going to be another whistle.
Yeah, there's going to be a foul here. I think that one's going to go to Antoine Vernon. He's arguing that the Kings Christian was actually the one who was fouling, but it is going to be Cavaliers ball on the baseline as Nwaga checks out and Robert Manella checks in.
And good substitution here, Manella. You know, you're giving up a little bit of size, of course, but he can be a very pesky defender when he needs to be. Plus, he's got that three-point shot that's just so deadly when he's feeling it and catching it in rhythm.
Sakota finds the lane. Over to Thompson. Thompson, the mid-range jumper is no good. Dion Edgem, what a grab from there, rebound.
It was a good rebound, and Thompson, I'm okay with that shot as there's a stop and play here. I'm okay with that shot on the baseline from Thompson. I just need to see him get his feet set and catch it in rhythm and be more confident with that release. It's a shot that he's shown time and again that he wants to shoot that shot. So if you're going to do it, just get yourself confident and work on it. Get a clean look. And that was a clean look for him, but you could see his feet were still kind of shuffling. He wasn't sure if he necessarily wanted to take it right away. He was looking around first before he went up with it. Just shoot the ball. If that's what you like to do there, do it. Make them respect the shot. Then as soon as they close out on you, pump fake, go to the rim, and get yourself to the line.
Ryan sounds like he might be a coach.
No comment. I don't know what you're talking about.
Here's
That's
Luca.
my alter ego, Coach Greco.
Oh, Kings Christian, a little miscommunication there. Manella wanted to pass to Thompson. Thompson going for a backdoor cut. It's passed out of bounds. Both of them high-fiving, saying, you know what, no one's fault. Let's move on and get it back. I'm sure the coach not extremely happy with that one. But he's quiet on the sideline for now. It's TRC ball.
Well, unfortunately, we've seen those mix-ups a couple of times here with Kings Christian, and you don't want to, at the end of the day, I mean, you got to remember, these kids are all between the ages of 14 and 18, so you can't expect them to be making professional-level decisions every single time they bring the ball up the floor. It's just a fact of life that you're going to see those mistakes.
Francolini.
As Francolini knocks it down. But, as a coach, you're hoping they're making the right decisions almost every chance they get. You don't want to rush the bad shots or rush the bad passes. But it's not always as easy as it sounds.
Verdoliak tries to get it out to Thompson. Dion Edgem in the right place at the right time.
Yep, that right there. All he had to do was catch it and just dribble it with his left hand and dribble out.
Vernon from 3. Oh, that one looked good from our angle, just short.
Yep.
Kings Christian coming back.
And there's Verdoliak, though. He gets the rebound for it.
Sam Thompson, got to be strong when he goes up. This one is good.
Very nice move there by Thompson. Love that. Takes a look over. Doesn't rush his shot. Understands he's got a little bit of time on the fast break.
Dion Edgem goes up. That one no good. Such a strong take to the basket for number 0.
And that one right there, that's something that Thompson's going to have to learn. I'm hoping that at some point he's going to come back and take a look at this game tape. Look at this up here. Now, as soon as Edgem shows the ball like that, you have to almost go at it and rip it and try and get that jump ball. At that point, you have to stay aggressive against a guy as strong as Dion Edgem. Otherwise, you're giving him that opportunity to get the and one, because as soon as he goes up with it, you see Thompson kind of back off and put his hands up. Well, it's already going to be a foul. You might as well go for that. You might as well go for that jump ball. You're not going to get hit with a flagrant. You're just going for the basketball.
Yep.
And as a result now, Edgem. And the other thing as well on that last play, you get the ball and you get your hands on the ball there, that's not a shot. It's a jump ball or it's a foul on the floor. Instead now, Edgem gets another point.
Manella over to Thompson. Thompson spots up. It'll be 2 if it's good. Just short. Antoine Vernon pulls down the board. 57-33, just approaching the 6-minute mark. Matt Grace a little too soft. Dion Edgem with the rebound and Manella with the steal.
And Manella just bailed out Nwaga there because that was his box out. Manella. Sorry, Kelsey, go ahead.
It's okay. There's a foul there on Francolini. It'll send Sakota to the line.
A great push up the floor. You can see as soon as Sakota looks up, he knows exactly where he wants to go. Once he gets a full head of steam like that, he's almost like a mini Brazdeikis in the way that he's able to kind of get to the basket. Obviously, he's giving up a few pounds to Adam Francolini, but an impressive take nonetheless. And once again, another missed free throw for Sakota. He's shooting less than 50% from the line today.
It's very unlike him. Usually such a solid shooter from the line as he misses another.
He's now 25%. But hey, this team is shooting on as a team, they're shooting under 50%, and you just can't allow that to happen against the number 2 seed.
Yeah, Antoine Vernon goes coast to coast there. It's Kings Christian's ball now. Passley into Noega. Noega out to Manella. Just a very stagnant offense right now, Ryan, as they try and get it inside to Thompson. Here's Sakota, back over to Passley. Passley drives, gets around his defender, and that's going to be a foul on Liam Courtney, who took a little bit of a shoulder to the groin.
That's one of those situations where you see Thompson. Nice finish underneath there. One of the few bright spots here for Kings Christian so far in this third quarter. And then there's Vernon showing off his skills. Very highly touted guard. He's entering his final year. Well, this is his final year, excuse me.
Passley sinks it. There'll be some substitutions in for Kings Christian now.
Passley still has one more year to go. Class of 2019 out of Burlington. Continuing the long tradition of Burlington sharpshooters.
That was on the women's side as well. A lot of really great shooters come out of Burlington.
Absolutely, yep. I remember we faced Notre Dame Burlington about 10 years ago when I was still in high school. And it's just the one thing, you didn't even need to watch the game tape. You just knew when you're going up against a team from Burlington, you had to guard the perimeter. It was the only way you were ever going to beat them, because they had athleticism on the inside, but they didn't have a lot of great ball handlers, but they could shoot the lights out. And so if you didn't take care of the perimeter, they were going to make you pay every single time. I must say, though, I'm happy to say that we won those games, but there was a few that made us sweat, for sure.
Jalen Passley, everybody. Robert Manella.
Burlington can shoot.
There we go. Manella puts it up. He knew that was a foul, got fouled, got himself together again once that foul went up, shot the ball, it went in, and he'll go to the line for one more. A great, really veteran move there from Manella.
Yeah, very impressive finish from another Burlington shooter.
Oh my gosh.
Class of 2020, he still has a few years left as well.
Yeah,
here
a lot
in
of
the
these
OSBA.
Kings Christians Cavaliers have a couple years ahead of them as Lorenzo Downey on TRC sinks a long one.
Yeah, I'm only going to,
TRC is a very, or TRC.
There's only one senior on this team.
Yeah, Kings Christian is a very young team. Who's the senior?
Shamar Walker.
Shamar Walker.
6'3" forward out of Brampton. And 4:50 to go here in the third. As TRC, the floodgates have kind of opened on this one.
65-37, 4:45 left to go in the third. Here's Avin Nava, drives, kicks it to Courtney. Courtney puts up the deuce, it's no good.
Not a bad shot there, but you don't want to see complacency creeping in on these settling mid-range jumpers. I want to see, guys, if you're going to shoot that ball, kick it back out for the three.
Coleman Stuka, as soon as he released that one, Ryan, I knew it was going in. When he sets his feet and flicks his wrist, he is a dead-eye shooter.
And he got the kind roll there as well.
Yep. That's a shooter's roll.
Absolutely.
Just a
It's all about
beautiful
that
release
rotation.
for him
Yep.
there. Here's Antoine Vernon now up top, 11 seconds on the shot clock, comes off the screen. Finds the open man. Francolini puts it up for three, can't get it to connect. Coleman Stuka with the board. He outlets to Passley. Passley goes all the way. There's going to be a foul there on Francolini. Passley to the line for two.
You can see his Passley got shoved in the shoulder there as he was trying to go up. You could see Francolini got caught off balance. See,
Yep.
as he's backpedaling, hands up. Nope. That's going to be a foul every single time. Passley recognizing, gets his shooting hand in the way of Francolini's arm. And because of that, he's going to go to the line for two. And after this game, what do we have? We have Orangeville Prep.
Orangeville Prep taking on Thornley, the 1 and 8 seeds.
I mean, we've had some very impressive games, though, so far. First two were nail biters for most of them, back and forth battles.
Yeah, and remember, the winner of this game will play AI tomorrow after they just defeated Vaughan.
Oh, that'll be fascinating. Fascinating matchup.
Yeah, TRC AI. They have a and we're assuming TRC wins. Excuse me. There's still another quarter and a bit.
Yep, and there's a
TRC and AI, Ryan, have quite a storied history in the OSBA last year. Starting last year, excuse me, after they knocked them out of the playoffs. And then even this year, they've had quite some intense matchups.
They have, and it was TRC Academy that's, been getting the better of AI Prep recently.
Yep.
And it's going to be a very interesting matchup to see because, TRC Academy is coming into this with the impression of, we deserve to be here at the same level as everybody else, and they're hunting for a championship this year. They don't want to settle for anything less.
Yep.
And they knew that coming into the beginning of this year. Their goal was championship or bust. And to do that, though, they knew they were going to have to go through at least one Orangeville team to get there.
Yeah,
and
either Orangeville Prep or Athlete Institute or both.
Yep, and it's most likely going to look like it's going to be both unless Thornley pulls a UMBC level upset.
It happens. Dion Edgem with the quiet jam for 2 points, 67-44, 3 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in the third. Here's Pasley. Nice spin move. Pasley puts up the floater. Pasley is just really great at drawing those fouls from his defenders. He's going to the line once again for the Cavaliers. And
this is the strategy we've been seeing for the majority of this quarter here. When the shots aren't falling after one or two of them, it's always one of the guards. It was Sakota earlier, and now it's Pasley that's just deciding, you know what, let's keep attacking the rim. Referees are giving us the whistle. Let's make the most at the line. And, Pasley doing an excellent job, though, shooting well and keeping the team percentage at a respectable level, knocking down those two.
Substitution in for Kings Christian. Their one senior, Shamar Walker, comes onto the floor. Robert Manella will take a quick drink on the bench. I'm sure he'll be back in the fourth quarter. Here's Evan Nava up top for the Wolfpack. Comes off the screen. Kicks it over to Downey. Downey goes up and it's in, and Downey will go to the line for an extra point.
Lorenzo Downey getting some congratulatory shoves there from his teammates, showing that size and strength, finishing in the basket. Take a quick replay at this. Look at that, beats the man off the dribble, and Stuka has no choice but to try and foul him, but Downey just too strong on the finish.
Here's Pasley, drives middle, kicks it out to Verdoliak. Verdoliak out to Stuka. Stuka tries to split the defenders there. Downey strips the ball. Here's Downey now down the middle of the floor, no good. Edgem there to clean it up.
And there's Dion Edgem trailing. Once again, everybody fixated on Downey going up and trying to block the shot. Nobody's there to box out Edgem, who's getting a running start on the offensive board, and you can never give that to him. It's almost a guaranteed bucket every time.
Yeah, Edgem is turning into such a solid player as Coleman Stuka of the Cavs puts in a tray.
Stuka, great shot there for him. At this point, you just see Kings Christian just trying to go tit for tat.
Got to make a run if they're going to have a go at it. There's still over 12 minutes left to go in the game. Of course, anything can happen, but they got to step up soon enough. They cannot let shooters like Dion Edgem. I can't believe I'm calling Dion Edgem a shooter right now, but he's been shooting so great from the three-point line. Those open shots, they can't happen.
Well, I mean, when you've got the potential that Dion Edgem has, he's not known to shoot. He's not known as a shooter, but he is got the potential and skill to be something special as far as a professional basketball player.
For sure.
And when you have guys like that, you cannot leave them open. There's tons of guys in the NBA and in the NCAA who aren't known as shooters, but if you leave them open, ooh, they will make you pay. And Dion Edgem is one of those guys, or is looking and hoping to be one of those guys in the very near future.
Courtney nails it. He's going to take his seat on the bench as Matt Gray subs back into the game. Under 2 minutes left to go in the third. Kings Christian ball. They've scored 49 points so far, Ryan. There's been games where either Luka Sakota or Coleman Stuka have scored 30, 35, 40 on their own. Just having a hard time scoring today. There is going to be a foul called on the floor, and Sakota will go to the line.
Well, when you have a front court the size of TRC Academies, I mean, and guys that can switch off easily every time, the one weakness I would say that really Sakota kind of has is, one, he's still young. He's still got a bit of a smaller body, despite, I can't believe, you don't really believe saying that when you see the length of him and the height of him. But, you know, when you've got guys that have matured a little bit bigger and stronger, like an Antoine Vernon, he may not have the same size, but he's got that muscular build. He knows how to knock Sakota off the ball, and we've really praised Sakota's ability to get to the rim, but he isn't necessarily a flashy ball handler. You're not going to see him cross anybody up and beat. He's going to beat you with his athleticism, not with his handles. And because of that, these guards on TRC Academy have done an excellent job of staying in front of him. And when you have the front court like they have, it's very hard to try and not only beat a strong, fast guard, it's also hard to beat a strong forward. And that's been the kind of matchup that Sakota has been subjected to for the majority of this game.
Turnover there by the Cavs. It goes right out of bounds. Just one of those slip-ups that you see with younger teams. And it's TRC ball now, bringing it back up. Under a minute and a half left to go in the third. Matt Grace tries to hand it off to DeVero, now in the hands of Avin Nava. 7 seconds on the shot clock.
Oh,
Nava
wow.
kicks it out, a nice pass. DeVero now up top, the floater down the middle. That one's no good, and Dion Edgem slams it down for 2.
Dion Edgem, once again, making the defense pay for not boxing him out.
That's a body you need to box out as he grabs another defensive board. This time he looks to go coast to coast right now. A couple crossovers, and he gets fouled by Shamar Walker.
And there's that Shaq Keith impression that we talk about so much. Just his ability. He's so big and so strong as we look at the replay here. Edgem getting up and throwing it down.
Yeah, he's got those guard skills, but the post body.
Yep, and it's such a mismatch in the right situation.
First one is good. Both teams in bonus. 46 seconds left to go in the quarter. 77-50.
And Dion Edgem, of course, the younger brother of Melvin Edgem, who's having a very successful career out there in the NCAA right now. Team Canada member. You know, we almost kind of always have to say it every broadcast.
Here's Pasley. Up to Stuka. Stuka drives, kicks to Sakota. Sakota, a nice pass out to Pasley. He puts up the 3. That one just off the mark, but what a thread-the-needle pass. What court vision Lucas Sakota has. He just totally deserves to be there at the BioSteel game.
No, he does, And DeAvero, great job in closing out the shooter, though, as well. Great effort, but
Dion Edgem just can't connect.
Here's Sakota
8 seconds left to go. Sakota got to put something up. Drives, goes up, just nice short. Effort. And an easy rebound to pad the stats for Matt Grace at the end of the third quarter, 78-50.
And you could see Sakota there trying to avoid as much contact as possible, trying to finish at the end, just wasn't having it. And TRC in full control of this game. It's quite the hill that Kings Christian is going to have to climb if they want to get themselves back into this one. But crazier things have happened on planet Earth, so we'll see.
10 more minutes of action coming at you in a minute and a half. We'll be right back. Welcome back to OSBA TV. To kick off fourth quarter action, Adong McCoy with a massive jam in front of his bench gets the crowd a little bit hyped in this 30-point game. 9 minutes, 30 seconds left to go.
And Thompson's going to get called 3 in the key. And a tough go about it here for Kings Christian.
TRC ball, Francolini over to Grace. Grace to DeVero. DeVero, no one wanted to guard him, puts up the 3, no good. Nwaga with the board. TRC just picking apart Kings Christian's offense right now. That one, no good. Passley grabs the board. It's knocked out of bounds off of him, and it's going to be TRC ball on the baseline.
You see a little bit of a tangle up there between Passley and McCoy, but both players really not all that interested in jawing about it. Rather just keep the game moving. Taking a look at the stats. Kelsey, what kind of stats you got for me going through 3 quarters?
Sure, leading the way going into this 3rd quarter in scoring is Dion Edgem with 25 points. He's also got 12 rebounds, so already hit way over a double-double heading into this 4th quarter, followed closely behind, not closely, Antoine Vernon has 14 points, 2 assists. For Kings Christian, the top scorer right now, it's a close call. It's Coleman Stuka with 9 points, but there's 2 other players in Luca Sakota and Jalen Passley, as well as Robert Manella, who have 8.
And the most telltale stat, Kings Christian 12 for 22 from the free throw line. Now, this is one of those games where it may not have made a huge difference, but you never know. I mean, the flow of the game, you just don't know with situations like that. And Dong McCoy throwing it down with the tomahawk. Great find there. And I nearly scared the daylights out of Kelsey while calling it.
That's 4 huge jams by Adong McCoy so far in this game, just making his own little highlight reel to put together for some college coaches for next year. Here's Stephen Levniak, kicks it out. Matt Grace puts up the 3, no good. Adong McCoy with the board, kicks it out to Francolini, but Adong is called for the travel.
Good call by the referee there. You could see his foot kind of shifted a little bit there as he was trying to make the spin move off of the well, look at this, Levniak out inside, and McCoy, tomahawk, thank you very much for coming. 82-50 now.
Coleman Stuka finds Sam Thompson.
Ooh,
Thompson,
nice move there.
A beautiful reverse layup there. Great patience to put that extra bounce in the key to wait until the defenders were on their way down from the block attempt.
Yeah.
Here's Matt Grace. Over to Francolini. Francolini releases from the 3, and it's good.
I love watching him shoot. When he really gets himself going, gets the feet set, and you really see the full extension of his arms go out, he's one of the he's got one of the nicest forms in the OSBA that I've seen, period.
Nwaga making some, or creating some space for himself using his body. Kicks it out after the offensive rebound. Now Manella drives. It's stripped from him by Stephen Levniak. Levniak going to be called with the foul, though. 7 seconds on the shot clock. It'll be reset to 14. 7:22 left in the game.
Yeah, he definitely had his hands on that one, but just too much contact on the body as he was going in. So the referee calls the foul. 85-72, 7:22 to go in this game. In the likely event that TRC pulls it out, they're going to be facing AI Prep in the semifinals tomorrow, as a 3-point shot is good. I believe Passley heard me say that and said, I'll show you, and knock down the 3.
Here's Francolini now on the other side. He's going to look for a 3-point play himself. Kisses it off the glass, and he'll go to the charity stripe for 1 extra. Still a 32-point game right now, Ryan, 87-55.
You see, I guess you can imagine the number one difference in these games that we're seeing, or the number one difference in these teams, I believe, actually, what I meant to say, has just been the ability to finish under the rim, protect the paint, and limit second chance opportunities. That's really just been TRC Academy's keys to success here, because they haven't necessarily been doing anything flashy or crazy. It hasn't been alley-oops and that kind of game.
I mean, there's been a couple crazy dunks.
No, there's been crazy dunks, but they're coming off of good plays.
Yeah.
They're not coming off of bad defense, in a sense, because Kings Christian is here. It's just their offense.
Yeah, I think the big thing in this game right now is the talent on both teams.
Nice drop there by Passley.
I would say that the talent is relatively equal, but I would say what's coming to fruition right now for TRC is their experience. They're mostly seniors, and they're playing like seniors right now.
No, they are. They are. You know, them knocking down open looks, playing with full confidence.
Yeah.
Not a single one of them are afraid to take that shot from behind the arc.
Yeah, think about this Kings Christian team. The talent that they have on this roster is incredible. In 2 years' time, when they're seniors, they're going to be deadly. Antoine Vernon stripped by Kings Christian. Here's Pasley now, a great addition to Kings Christian, puts it in for 2 points. The finger roll down the middle, a beautiful finish.
Great display of athleticism there. Outruns everybody. Beautiful finger roll, nice little around the world finish.
Here's Antoine Vernon up top, 15 seconds on the shot clock, slowing it down for TRC, over to Levniak. Looks to get it inside to Dion Edgum, but there's going to be a foul called on Jean-Louis Morvan. That's his second foul of the game as Antoine Vernon takes it on the baseline. Getting dangerously close to a 5-second call there. It's in the hands of Dion Edgum. Edgum drives, a huge block by Sam Thompson, but Edgum isn't letting anyone take that ball from him. He's able to keep it in bounds. And Francolini goes up. He's fouled by Sam Thompson, and he'll go to the line. Dion Edgum still out of bounds, talking to the referee saying, good hustle. Hitting him on the back there, and Francolini's going to go to the charity stripe.
Yeah, that's just the kind of player that Dion Edgum is, though. You're going to see him lay out every chance he gets as we take a look at the replay here. Fighting off 3 maroon shirts to try and get it. Does get it to his to the open man, and as a result, Francolini knocks down 1, so he gets at least 1 point for his efforts. And will the lead go back up to 30?
90
Yes, it will.
to 60, 6 minutes, 11 seconds left to go. Here's Sakota. Sakota over to Manella, back to Sakota. Morvan now looking to pass it to someone, Sam Thompson. A beautiful pass there to Pasley. He just wasn't ready for it. Knocked away from the defender. Now it's TRC on the move. In the transition, they find Adong McCoy, and that foul is going to go to Pasley. Adong McCoy to the line.
Yeah, you can see Thompson, a great idea on the pass. However, he didn't place it where he should have, to be honest. He really should have been fine. As we take a quick look here in the replay on McCoy going up. But Pasley, when he's cutting over like that, you've got to be able to make sure you're putting the ball away from the defender, especially somebody as big and as good at blocking shots as Adong McCoy. You can't put it on his strong side and closest to him. You've got to make sure that you're giving your guy a little bit of space to be able to turn around and get the hook shot off, as opposed to trying to go straight up over a guy who's got about 7 inches of height on him and also is known as a shot blocker. It's just, you know, great idea, but you got to place that pass better.
Thompson hands off to Sakota. Sakota kicks it out to Morvan. Morvan re-drives down the middle with the right hand, able to get it up, no good. And it's Adong McCoy who comes down with it. Vernon, a nice pass now over to Francolini, who dishes off to McCoy, able to hop step right into the middle of the key and put it in for 2.
And you're seeing Kings Christian, a lot of those opportunities and a lot of those moments, they're really gambling on trying to go for the ball instead of just going up high and trying to deflect shots. As Pasley, another impressive finish at the rim there over McCoy. He's having a 4th quarter here.
Here's Antoine Vernon.
The score should be 92-62. Oh, there it is.
Vernon kicks out. Dion Edgum finds the big man down low. Adong McCoy with players hanging all over him. Puts it in, and a steal by Antoine Vernon. Vernon pulling it back out, using every second of this shot clock. No early shots necessary for this TRC team. Not looking to rush anything. They're actually looking to really feed the big man down low. Adong McCoy off the glass is good for 2.
Left hand hook shot.
Beautiful.
How often with the offhand? That is one of the most difficult shots you're going to see a high schooler pull off.
Yeah. And just
People
like that,
do not understand how hard that shot is.
Antoine Vernon gets called with the foul. He's going to be subbed off, and this is what I like to see, Ryan. The last 4.5 minutes of this game,
beautiful.
The subs are going to come in. Every single player on TRC is going to get into the game now.
Yep.
It's a really, really nice thing to see. So for the last 4.5 minutes, 96-62, it's going to be the reserves for TRC who get some playing time.
I can imagine Kings Christian is starting to see a few other guys as well that didn't get minutes in the first half.
I think everyone got minutes so far for Kings Christian. Robert Manella puts it up. That one's no good. Walker saves it. Nuega gets it back up to Pasley. Pasley to Manella. Manella drives, puts it up, and it's good.
Very impressive finish there over top of Francolini with the right-hand hook shot. Everybody's working on their game right now, it seems.
A nice take by number 9, Darius DeVero. That one's good, and he'll go for the and one at the charity stripe.
And DeVero, he got hit the last moment there. You can see off the replay. You didn't see it there, but the refs are going to call continuation on the finish, and now he's going to go for the extra point.
That one no good. A big rebound there for Verdoliak. Here's Pasley now. He's been a great point guard for this Kings Christians team today. Verdoliak now looking to back down his defender. The hook shot is good with the right hand. Great finish.
Happy to see. That's where you want to see. Bring that shoulder in. We talked about that in the first half. You know, you just want to see this, you know, to your point. TRC playing like seniors. A lot of seniors on their team.
Yep.
A lot of 2020s on Kings Christians.
Yep.
And, you know, you see the difference, but look at what they're capable of when everything's kind of slowed down a little bit and they're starting to not, you know, rush their shots so consistently. They're able to just kind of see where they need to be. And here's Verdoliak again. And he's feeling it now at this point.
Yeah.
You just want to see more of that now in the first half.
Top of the glass. That's nice. Now here's number 9, Darius DeVero, bringing it up for TRC. Manella goes for the steal, looking to take advantage of the 4-on-5. They're going to pull it out now. 14 seconds on the shot clock, the 3-minute mark in the game. Here's Shoveler up top. Hands off to Francolini. Francolini comes off the screen from Downey.
He's got 3 seconds.
3 seconds, he's got to put it up. A big block there for Shamar Walker, and here's Pasley now coming back the other way for the Cavs. Pasley goes coast to coast off the glass. Beautiful finish.
Here we go. Kings Christian. Now is DeVero with the ball. Works off a screen. Kicks it out. Manella for 3, or excuse me, Avan Nava for 3. No good. But DeVero gets his own rebound. Another opportunity. And DeVero up.
A nice finish. Wow, a finger roll scoop on the right-hand side. And then Avan Nava grabs the steal, puts it in for 2 more. Ryan, 102 points they were able to score in this game.
Very impressive offensive output here by TRC Academy. And they're going to take this and be very satisfied with the win today. Handling business.
Here's
Moving
Downey.
on to the next round.
Yep, Downey. He's going to go. That one no good. You know what I love to see in this kind of game right now, Ryan? I love to see when the second string is on for TRC. I love to see how the starters cheer on that second string when they score. They really get hyped about it, and it's all about kind of building confidence for your team. And
we've said it earlier in this broadcast, these guys like each other. I mean, you know how there's a lot of, sometimes you can tell with certain teams and the chemistry, and sometimes there's a little bit of tension between certain players and people and factions and cliques. You don't see that at all with this TRC team. They've been in it together since day one. They all understood exactly what the goal was this year, and you know, this is just another example of their effort as a team put together. It's hard to stop.
Wow, a beautiful finish there by Darius DeVero. What a move there. A nice little Euro step on the right-hand side to bring them to 106. We're approaching the 1-minute mark now, Ryan, and that's going to do it. TRC is going to take this one.
Moving on to the semifinals, of course, that's going to be a heck of a game to watch as Verdoliak knocks it down.
A beautiful shot by Verdoliak. He's been good for that all game.
Yeah, he's been having his moments now here. I think he just put himself in the leading scorer spot for Kings Christian with that last shot.
Under a minute now left to go. DeVero finds himself open, puts it up, and it's good for 3. And look at the bench go crazy. It's that kind of confidence that you build with your second string that will carry over to those semifinals tomorrow against Athlete Institute.
Not bad for somebody who hadn't registered a single point in the first 3 quarters.
There we go. Avan Nava, can't leave him open. He puts up the tray. 1, 2, 3. That's good.
And 30 seconds remaining. We'll see if Kings Christian tries one more time for a bucket.
Kings Christian, Ryan, like we said, should be so proud of their season. They came 7th overall in the OSBA, but with such young talented athletes. Really had a great season, from going to 1 win last year, Ryan, in the entire regular season, to ending up with 6-10 overall in this season.
No, they definitely
There's been some great growth, and they have their first BioSteel All-Canadian player. And like I said, a lot of these guys are 2020. In a couple years, this team is going to be really, really good.
Exactly, and that's the thing, right? You got to remember that, you know, only Shamar Walker from Brampton, class of 2018, is going to be moving on to the collegiate level, as there's 7 seconds remaining. So we're going to wish him the best of luck after his time here in the OSBA. Best of luck to you, Shamar. We'll all be rooting for you and watching for you.
Especially because you're a Brampton kid, and that's my hometown.
Yeah, exactly.
Go Shamar Walker. Congratulations on a great season with Kings Christian. And for TRC, we will see you tomorrow against AI. Again, guys, the score 112-73, the TRC Wolfpack over the Kings Christian Cavaliers.